Coronation Street spoilers, hostage drama Elaine, Max's return details revealed. Tim gets desperate on Coronation Street next week as he makes a bid to stop Mum Elaine's wedding to Stephen. Plus, there's news for David on Max's possible early release. Amy is left in a panic on a bus ride, while Sarah is forced to hide her discomfort during a tense meal at the Bistro. It's all the Coronation Street spoilers you need for the 1st to the 5th of May 2023. Following an argument with Tim, Elaine announces that she's flying out to Las Vegas to marry Stephen that very afternoon. A shocked Sally then breaks the news to Tim, who offers to run the bride and groom to the airport, making out that he now accepts their marriage plans. But Tim ends up luring Elaine into his taxi and leaving Stephen on the doorstep before speeding off, his mum now hostage in the car. Sally and Stephen are both left flabbergasted, but will Tim be successful in halting the wedding? Not much has been heard about Max since he received his 6-month custodial sentence following the speed dial attack. But David is set to reveal to Gail on Friday that Max is being considered for early release. However, when David subsequently visits the incarcerated dean at the STC, he advises him not to get his hopes up. Panicky Paul persuades Niall to give him another job, and when Billy later tries to make plans with his partner, Paul lies and says he's already heading out with Dee Dee. Dee Dee is then forced to cover when Billy questions her about the situation, but feeling suspicious, she secretly follows Paul to Free Show's car park, where she finds him about to steal a car. And despite her threats to call the police, Paul remains adamant that he needs the cash and roars off in the pilfered vehicle. Later, Paul corners Damon in the Bistro and demands £25,000 as the cash sum, otherwise he'll grass him up. But Damon covertly double-crosses Paul by calling his criminal contacts, who he urges to shut down Paul's attempt at blackmail. Might Paul be in big danger? There's a setback for Amy when she boards a bus into town to meet a friend from uni, only to then experience a panic attack when a guy sits next to her. Eric, meanwhile, will be seen breaking the news to Aaron that his nan has died. But when Eric then waves the keys to his new flat and suggests Aaron move back in with him, what decision will he end up making? Wednesday's drama sees Sarah taking Adam for a birthday lunch at the Bistro. But while there, Adam tells Nick that there may be a problem with the late license as some locals have raised objections. Damon then joins Adam and Sarah at their table, a move that leaves her feeling decidedly uncomfortable. But her anxiety mounts further when Maria turns up and breaks the news that Sarah was one of those who made a complaint about the late license proposal. How will Sarah get herself out of this one? In The Rovers, Brian will be seen confessing that he too enjoys building model boats as he offers to help George with his. Later on, at number 11, Eileen finds George and Brian working on their boats together, only to then be left furious when she discovers that they've accidentally glued her favorite mug to the table. But it seems that there's no stopping the two guys, what with Brian then suggesting that he and George enter their creations into a competition.